For safety and compliance, press 4. For claims, press 5. For inventory.
All right, so if it ain't something, it's something. I was not even going to record a vlog on this, but I'm gonna put this video up before the 3 other ones that I have footage of and just haven't done anything with. So here's the backstory. Driving to Colorado Springs, and I just fuel up at a Pilot, get back on the road, and just driving along on I-70. Things are going great, making good time, and get ready to pass this semi. Well, as I'm passing the semi right behind the trailer, it's just right up here, right by, this, whatever this wrapper is, and the little side skirts, that go here, from the front of it just starts to unfold into like in front of my truck and then rips off. I try to swerve over and I initially kind of miss it, but then I hit it. And here is the first issue. Like, what the happened right there? So I need to figure out how that came off. Okay, well, all right. And then we get to the tow behind unit. Here we go. So just some scuffs right here, nothing major. I'm gonna actually see if this can come out. Well, scuffs right there. But here's the issue. Bam, boom, broke. Now, the good thing of this is it looks like this is just its own standalone bolt-on, screw-on piece. So that's not a big issue. I don't know about the scuffs. I'm gonna take some better pictures this morning when there's more light out, send them to claims, and we will see what comes next. Okay, stay tuned.
Hello, and thank you for calling Indiana Transit. Please listen carefully for the menu items have changed. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time. For our departments, please use one of the following choices. For dispatch, press 1. For recruiting, press 2. For payroll, press 3. For safety and compliance, press 4. For claims, press 5. For inventory, press... Indiana Transport.
Woo! Okay, here we go. So Zoe seems to be freaking awesome at IT. In my wallet, we're going to try to get the scuffs out. She gave me some tips on what they do. So she's like, we'll use wax, a microfiber cloth. So you could probably use WD-40 or even hand sanitizer. Well, luckily I'm at a Walmart. So if I can get that out, she's like, send me pictures of it. We'll be good on that. And then I just brought up the idea of like, hey, it's this little plastic piece that's, screwed in. Assuming that this would be a driver damage issue, is there any option that I can just pay to have that replaced when I get there out of my pocket? It saves me $1,000. I'd assume that's only a few $100 piece, a few $100 plus labor would be my assumption. So she's like, I'm cool with that, and just make sure that you get receipts for everything that's done, because it looks like that front jack is a little bent. And she's like, yeah, just the other day a dealership let a driver replace a jack to save on labor because he must have bent it somehow. So heading into Walmart, gonna get me some wax and stuff. And yeah, Here we go. Literally a little bit of spit and a shop rag seems to be doing the trick. But I mean, we'll see if I need to use this buffer or take it back. I kept the receipt. Yeah, it seems pretty good. I don't know if that picks up. And you can kind of see it right there. So I'm going to use this Scratch Doctor and one of these little microfiber things that I bought. These are like $3. And really, if I end up using that was only like $20. So if all that, and they allow me to purchase the broken thing over there, if all that comes out to a few $100s, well, this crap was well worth it. But I may end up returning this buffer. I mean, I need it. Says to apply with moderate pressure. That's what she said. I think it worked. Nice. Yep, we don't need it. Now the finishing touches. You know, they say keep a Sharpie. And then I had a friend that is a transporter for like a hazmat company, and he said, because this didn't make a vlog a while ago, keep a can of black spray paint as well. That'll be your best friend. Well, spray paint is down here. This thing's gonna look brand spanking new. I'm gonna open up my own auto body paint shop. What do you guys think? Comment below. Just joking. Okay, so now we tackle this. This, wherever. There we go, right there. I just picked it up. It actually moves pretty freely. So I'm gonna set it back on here where these bolts are. It ripped out just, I don't know if you can see that, big holes, but it's still bolted on this side. So I'm gonna use these straps, go across and back, and then maybe diagonal, just so it's secure as can be. And then I'll look at securing it down with new bolts and new spots when I get back home. So, but yeah, other than that, claim said we're good to go. We're so close, you know, just get there. And then if I decide to pay for it on my own, keep the receipts, let them know so they can add it onto that BOL in case the dealership comes back later and says, hey, there's issues. And they can say, hey, he took care of it. Here's the receipts. You know that. So that's it. You're going to watch me get this strapped up. We're going to drop these units off and see what happens. Yeah. Wow. Okay, there's that. And then what I'm going to do, I'm not going to record the whole length of this one. I'm going to take this one, strap it here, run it around, and just have it tightened here. So all it's going to do is just keep it from falling out away from the truck, if it's even needed. I feel like that's just probably more of a secondary protection. But last thing we want is that toolbox falling out, hitting the tire, have a blowout, probably flip the Freightliner, and I'll have driver damage on both units. So I'll show you a picture of it right here. All right, so we just stopped to check them, tighten them back down. As you can tell, my hands are a little dirty, which means one of the damn ends came off, but because it was wrapped around so many times, nothing really moved. So ran that, tightened it back down, and then actually added another line to be more of an anchor for that, to tie that down so it's secure. Yeah, here we go, hitting the road. We are 160-ish miles away from dropping. Okay, so we're here. We have unloaded the damaged one. I'm gonna start unloading the top unit, and then I'm just waiting for the check-in lady to come out, and we'll have the discussion of what's it gonna cost me if they still play ball like that. But based off of the phone call, it seems like that's gonna be the case, so I'll let you know. Okay, so we are dropped back somewhere on I-70 in Kansas. Not as far as I wanted to. I wanted to get to Salina, Kansas. But whatever, it is what it is. $250 out of my pocket to prevent that driver damage $1,000 bond steal from the company because it was, turned into insurance. The last thing that I wanted to do was get back to a point where there's that 10% always being taken out of every load, until you reach the $1,000 bond. Maybe your company's $1,500, but IT was $1,000 when I had leased on. So anyways, yeah, I didn't have to do any of the work. They were super cool. The jack was also bent. And as I was talking with the service lady as we're ringing everything up, she was like, well, you know what? We actually had a scissor jack in here that was a leftover, an extra from some other camper, and we were just kind of waiting to see what camper needed this jack. So we're just going to donate that so it helps keep your costs down. All in all, ended up being a decent trip. There's always things that come up, it seems like, and from what I gather from other YouTubers in the hotshot world, the semi world, there's just random stuff that always comes up. It's not your 9 to 5 where it's, hey, I clock in, clock out type of a thing. You have to be resourceful. You have to be a problem solver. You have to have this certain level of tenacity and the ability to just figure shit out even when you don't know what to do. This brings me to a point where I am going to pull the trigger on getting a new dash cam setup for the Freightliner. I'm going to take you out of here. I'd seen it in a Facebook group. It was a guy on I think a bigger, either medium duty or heavy duty truck. And so it had, your typical dash cam here, but then I thought it was really cool. It had little things here and on the other side. So not only are you able to capture, that close to 180 degree dash, but then you're also able to get everything on the side behind you. So in this instance, I literally would have had awesome footage of that stupid thing ripping off of the semi, but then the dash cam over there would have actually picked up, its path, the damage that it actually caused. So I'll post a picture of it right in my hand. And then if you're interested in it, I'll put a link in the description. I just thought it was really cool. It was either a 3 or a 4 camera setup. I don't really need a fourth camera that I could think of, but you know, whatever, the more the merrier. And then lastly, it crossed my mind on, okay, hey, if I'm because you saw the footage of me passing the semi of where it was ripped off at, but I would have needed to file a police report to go down that road of having that truck driver's insurance take care of it. That's kind of what Zoe and I were talking about in part of our conversation as well. And I was like, you know, it crossed my mind, but I was just like, just keep going. I'm going to get pictures of his license plate just in case. But yeah, it is what it is. It happens. Maybe that dude didn't even know it happened. Who knows? He could have been watching some Netflix and chilling, you know? I don't know. But anyways, that is it. If you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button, like it, leave a comment, and be on the lookout. Guys, I have three trips that I have recorded and tons of clips that I need to put together, edit, and get out there for you guys so you can see just the, you know, the crazy stuff that just never doesn't happen, you know? So, but anyways, that's it. Driver damage would have been, but find a solution. So, you know, if you're like, that doesn't seem like it'd be that expensive, talk to your claims people, talk to the dealership, and maybe there's a way that you can save yourself from losing your bond and starting from scratch. I'm sure it also probably looks good if they have some type of a score within your company, you know, like I don't have a driver damage claim on my record right now. I should and would have, but I just thought I'd try to figure something else out that made more economical sense for me. Anyways, that's it. I'll see you guys till the next video.